Hello students, welcome to another English lesson. This is the lesson for the grade 7. The title of today's lesson is May I have your attention please? So, may I have your attention please? My name is Izabela Potnar Mijić and I will be your teacher today. On this slide you can see the outcomes of today's lesson. Možete vidjeti odgojno-obrazovne ishode. Danas ćemo govoriti o modalnim glagolima. I za današnju će vam lekciju trebati bilježnica, pribor za pisanje i računalo, mobitel ili tablet sa pristupom internetu. To start with, let me tell you a story. My son came in today and said, "Mom, I really miss school. I miss my teacher saying, you can speak English very well. May I have your attention, please? You must study hard for your test. You mustn't be rude to your classmates. Or, would you help your friend?" All these phrases you can hear often in the classroom. But pay attention to something else. I have underlined some of the verbs in the sentences. Can, may, must, mustn't, and would. Take your time and think about the meaning of the verbs and the sentences. In the sentence, you can speak English very well. Učiteljica kaže, znaš jako dobro govoriti engleski. Or, may I have your attention, please? Mogu li vas zamoliti za malo pažnje? Or, we must be kind to our friends. Moramo biti ljubazni prema svojim prijateljima. In the sentence, you mustn't be rude to each other. Želimo reći, ne smijete biti grubi jedni prema drugima. And would you help your classmate means, želiš li pomoći svome prijatelju? Ovim glagolima izrazili smo sposobnost, nekakvu vrstu naredbe ili zabrane. We will talk about these verbs and the meanings and the functions in this lesson. The verbs we mentioned earlier are called modal verbs. Glagoli koje smo spomenuli zovu se modalni glagoli. They are can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, and must. There are some more, but today we will talk about these. The modal verbs have some characteristics. For example, they never change their form, što znači da ne mijenjaju svoj oblik. U prošlosti i sadašnjosti i budućnosti glagol can ostaje can. You don't put addings to the verbs. Ne dodajete nikakve nastavke na glagole. Ne dodajemo s ili s, ed or d, or ing. The modals are always followed by an infinitive without to, što znači da nakon modalnih glagola možemo dodati drugi glagol, ali ne dodajemo riječ to. With modal verbs, we express permission, ability, promise, request, obligation, prohibition, and advice. Sounds complicated, but it isn't. Modalnim glagolima možemo izraziti dozvolu, sposobnost, obećanje, zahtjev, obavezu, zabranu ili savjet. Don't worry, We'll go through the examples and everything will be perfect. Now let's watch a short video. I would like you to take your notebooks and write down the modal verbs that you hear in the video.
This is Everyday Grammar. I'm Kaveh.
And I'm Lucia. Today we're going to talk about using modals to ask for permission.
Hey, Lucia, I need to pick up my sister from the airport.
Hey, Lucia, I need to pick up my sister from the airport. Can I drive your car?
I don't know. Can you drive my car? It's a manual transmission.
That's not what I meant, silly. Of course, I can drive a manual transmission.
But you did bring up an important grammar point. Can is a confusing modal verb. Traditionally, can expresses ability. But today, a lot of people use can to ask for permission, which is fine, but it's not always clear if someone is asking about ability or asking for permission.
Well, can you give me an example?
Whew, it's hot in here. Can I open the window?
I don't know. Can you? Are you asking if it's possible to open the window, or are you asking for permission to open the window?
I'm asking for permission, but we have other options. May I is a clear and very polite way to ask for permission.
Okay, so let's go back to my first question. May I drive your car?
Good. Now it is clear that you are asking for permission. But may is rather formal. Could is less formal and a better choice to use with friends.
Could I drive your car to the airport?
Kao što ste mogli vidjeti, upotrijebili su glagole can, may i could, ali sa različitim značenjima i različitim funkcijama. Modalni glagoli mogu imati različita značenja i ispunjavati različite funkcije u rečenici. Let's go through the examples together. I will show you a few pictures. You will think about the pictures and the meanings of modals. For this picture, we can say, I can swim, or she can swim. What do we express with this sentence? Što izričemo ovom rečenicom? Izričemo nekakvu sposobnost. That's right. With can, we express ability. We have some more examples. If we say, may I use your laptop, please? Or, excuse me, could I just say something? Or, might I suggest an idea? We have used three different verbs to express the same point. Što smo izrazili sa ova tri modalna glagola? May, could i might. Mogu li upotrijebiti tvoj laptop? Mogu li nešto reći? Mogu li nešto predložiti? We have expressed permission. Izrazili smo dozvolu ili pitanje za dozvolu. We'll come and see you next week. Što smo izrazili rečenicom? Doći ćemo i vidjet ćemo se sljedeći tjedan. Ili, would you please be quiet? Možete li biti tihi? Prvom rečenicom izrazili smo obećanje, a drugom zahtjev. we have expressed a promise or a request. You recognize this traffic sign. Prepoznajte ovaj prometni znak, znak stop. When we say we must stop when we see this traffic sign, we have expressed an obligation. Ovom rečenicom moramo se zaustaviti kada vidimo ovaj prometni znak. Izrazili smo obvezu. You have probably seen this sign too. Vidjeli ste i ovakav znak. Zabrana upotreba mobitela. If you say you must not or you mustn't use your phone in the hospital, ne smiješ upotrebljavati mobitel u bolnici. We have expressed prohibition. Izrazili smo zabranu. Pay attention that must znači moraš and must not or mustn't znači ne smiješ. If we say you should revise your lessons, moraš vježbati svoje gradivo, or what shall I do to have better grades, što trebam učiniti da imam bolje ocjene, we have expressed advice. U prvoj rečenici smo dali savjet, a u drugoj pitali za savjet. Before we start practicing, if you need more time, go through the presentation again, watch the video, and then we will try to do the task together. We will try to decide the functions of modal verbs in the sentences. U ovim primjerima ćemo vidjeti koja je funkcija modalnih glagola u pojedinim rečenicama. For example, may I use the bathroom, please? Is it a permission or an advice? Je li to pitanje za dozvolu ili savjet? What do you think? It's a permission. Correct. What do we express with this sentence? You must make sure that you save all documents in the correct folder. Do we express an ability or an obligation? We express an obligation. What about this one? You should revise more for the test tomorrow. Is it an advice or a prohibition? It's an advice. Might I show you to your room? What is that? A promise or a permission? It's a permission. We are asking for permission. Pitamo za dozvolu. What about this example? Would you help me with my homework? Is it a promise or a request? It's a request. I know that you like practicing and playing games, so if you copy this link into your browser, you will get an interesting task with modal verbs and functions. So one more time. Take your time, do the exercises, read the examples. Then you can do task number 3. Ovo je zadatak pisanja za vas. Open your notebooks and try to write the text following these instructions. We all hope to be together in our classrooms very soon. You can use some free time to think about how to improve the atmosphere in your classroom. Create some classroom rules that will help you and your friends enjoy school even more. Write 10 sentences using modal verbs. Can to describe ability, may, could or might for permission, will for promise, would for request, must for obligation, must not or mustn't for prohibition, shall or should for advice. I would like you to write the rules for your classroom and share it with your classmates. After finishing your writing task, please complete this checklist. I know that after this lesson, you are able to recognize modal verbs, recognize different functions of modal verbs, and use modal verbs in the written text. If you're not, practice some more. This is the end of our lesson. Stay responsible and see you next time.